Hi, Mr. Croxley. Been working late, have you?
Just finishing off the wages accounts for tomorrow.
That's right. We wouldn't want our pay transfers to be late, would we?
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. Where did you come?
I thought I'd meet you. Aren't you pleased to see me?
Yes. It would have been better as a surprise. I'm not going home.
Oh, I forgot the doctor.
I told you this morning.
Well, you can drop me off on the way. I'll take a taxi home. I have been to see...
She'll be better tomorrow.
Who?
Your mother. You saw her today.
Oh, God, this is awful. John, please try not to do that.
Tell me how. It isn't easy.
You're letting it get on top of you.
What do you expect? It isn't exactly normal, is it?
The doctor said it would pass.
And if it doesn't? Have you thought about that?
Don't, John. It can't stay like this. That would be too much. It'll be all right.
Bye.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you.
Stella.
Sorry.
Shut up, can't you? Stop it. That stupid remark, you're always using
What
it.
can I say? As soon as I tell you about anything.
You just don't think.
I'm tired of it, John. You never used to be like this. The doctor's got to do something. I don't know how long I can stand it.
What is it, Mr. Croxley? Now, won't you relax and tell me all about it? Ah, that's better. Now, let us see if we can go back to the start of your condition.
What do you want, Doctor? A show? A few party tricks?
I really don't think that that will be necessary, Mr. Croxley. You know, sometimes I wonder if you really want to be helped. Most of the time, your answers to my questions are complete and direct. But somewhere there is a mental block, a refusal to come to terms with certain details.
I have to go.
There you are, you see? It's exactly as if I had touched a nerve ending. Now, won't you relax, Mr. Croxley? I mean, really open your mind to me.
Oh, there's no point. I know it now. You can't help me. I shouldn't have let my wife talk me into coming here.
Well, it's early days yet. Now, come back and see me when you feel a little more responsive. Now, my secretary has penciled in...
Oh, no, I can't make Thursday.
What did you say?
I thought you said Thursday.
No, Mr. Croxley. I was about to. But you have anticipated my words.
There's no point in going on. I shan't come again.
That seems to be a great pity. I feel that we were about to make some progress. However, you know where you can contact me. If you should change your mind, don't hesitate to call. Are you all right?
Yes. It's my wife. She's going to have a visitor.
Sighting confirmed. Course varying 8 to 10 degrees. Get moon base. Right.
Hello, Gay. How long has it been banking and weaving like this?
It started 2 minutes, 20 seconds ago, sir. Before that, course and speed were constant.
What were the readings?
Course 037164. Speed sol 1.6.
You never had a flight pattern like this before.
Course still varying. Speed now 0.85 and reducing.
Thank you. How long before Commander Straker comes on duty?
What's the panic?
A UFO. Its approach is much slower than usual, and it's varying course constantly.
Yes, but maintaining an overall flight path. Yes, I agree with you, Alec. This zigzagging is unusual.
It's almost as if it were trying to avoid something.
Or find something. Well, we can't take any chances. Sound a red alert for all ground stations.
Shadow control to all stations. We have a red alert. Repeat, condition is red.
Interceptors, immediate launch.
Immediate launch.
Stand by to set missile control computer.
Right.
Missile timing
1-4-7-5.
Missile launch, 10 seconds.
Positive. Contact lost.
Moonbase to shadow control.
We hit it, Commander.
Well done, Lieutenant. Oh, that one certainly made a new approach. I wonder what it was trying to do.
We'll never know, I'm glad to say.
Cigar?
Thank you.
Moonbase to shadow control.
What is it, Lieutenant?
I have another contact, sir.
A second UFO?
No, sir. The same one.
The same one, but you reported a positive detonation.
I know, sir. The scanners showed negative.
But it's back.
Well, what's the position now, Lieutenant?
I'm sorry, sir. It's through moon-based defenses.
Heading for Earth.
Thank you. I can't understand how those interceptors missed. Seemed to me that UFO was a sitting target.
Maybe that's what we were supposed to think.
And it's a good point, Alec. Force the interceptors to release their missiles, avoid them, then it gets a clear run past the moon base defenses. Where is it now?
Range 7 million.
Trajectory termination?
Difficult to say. It's changing course more violently than before. Nearest we can get is Western Europe.
Well, it could be damaged. Lieutenant Ellis reported a strike.
Speed increasing. 1.4. 1.8. 2.4.
That does it. We'll never get near it at that speed. Must get a closer ETT. Is the rate of descent constant?
More or less. There's still a slight variation.
Should be possible to work out a broad target area.
We'll try, but our readings are less than adequate, computer data.
Do your best, Lieutenant. Looks like it's going to hit. The question is, what is it up to?
Tell you what I think, Alec. I think that UFO is under manual control. First, the flight variation was used to disrupt our computer programs. But now, I think the alien is fighting to regain control.
Well, that makes sense. If it's damaged.
Yes. The next few minutes are going to be very interesting.
Trajectory termination. Areas 17 to 23.
Too close for comfort. Sound a red alert.
So, course 017422.
Lieutenant?
ETT, area 17, map reference 405, green.
Alert the mobiles.
Mobile 2 to control. Pass your instructions.
This is Red Alert. Proceed to map reference 405 green. Stand by.
Roger, control.
Mobile 2 moving to ETT now, sir.
It's weaving offline again.
Shadow control to Mobile 2.
This is Commander Straker. Get that area sealed off, Foster.
Yes, sir.
I want a detailed survey of the area. If there is a specific target in there, I want to know about it.
John.
I'm on my way home.
What did the doctor say?
He wants to help.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, I'm not going back.
But, John,
Has your visitor arrived yet?
Visitor? John,
Stella, I have to ring off. I have some thinking to do.
Mobile 2 to control. According to our survey map, there's just a derelict farm and a couple of houses within a 5-mile radius of the ETT.
It's wooded, common land. What could be of interest there?
It's out of control. The alien's being forced to crash land.
No, somehow I don't think so. I mean, what's it after? What could it want in the middle of a wilderness of trees and bracken?
UFO speed decreasing. 12,000 knots. Range 1,000 miles.
Course maintained. No deviation.
So, it's back under control and slowing down enough for a landing.
When's the estimated termination?
In 5 minutes. Colonel Foster won't have time to complete evacuation. Speed 7,500 knots. Decreasing. Range 600 miles.
The roadblock should be in position now. The whole area is sealed off.
Three minutes to termination. Course maintained, speed reducing.
Come on, friend. We're waiting for you.
It'll be a perfect landing, Alec. We're going to be right there.
All cars in position. Right. Ensure no one gets to the roadblock and await further instructions. Roger. We'll keep Channel 3 open.
I'm sorry, sir. This area's been sealed off. Military maneuvers.
Military maneuvers?
Yes, sir. You live...
Yes, I live a couple of miles over there.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have...
Yes, I know. It won't be long now.
One minute. Course maintained. Speed. Speed increasing.
Check it.
No error, sir. It's coming down faster.
Get me Colonel Foster.
Sir.
Mobile 2, go ahead, Control.
The UFO has increased speed.
To crash velocity. It'll be too late to correct.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
And Colonel Foster, if there's a survivor, I want him.
Right.
Mobile to Control. Have audio on UFO. Cloud cover preventing visual.
Roger, Mobile 2. It'll be over you in 30 seconds.
Roger.
It's decreasing speed. Switching. Yes, course altered 2 degrees.
Colonel Foster, have you got visual contact?
No, sir. Still tracking on audio.
You're all right, sir.
Experimental aircraft.
Right. Maintain the security blanket.
Get there as fast as you can, Colonel.
Yes, sir. Mobile 2 to Control. It's crashed
right into a house.
All right, Colonel. Do what you can. I don't understand it, Alec. Under control and out of control. Crash landing velocity, then safe landing velocity. Now it hits a house.
Quite a mess.
Well, let's go over the facts, Alec. Right from the start, that UFO was on an unusual flight pattern.
Well, we can only guess it was a method to outmaneuver the interceptors.
Yes. But let's say it came in damaged.
And, unable to control his ship, the alien tried to land, failed, and hit that house.
No, I don't buy that, Alec. For a while it was out of control, yes. But just before impact, it seemed to be fine. And it looped that line of trees and smashed straight into an isolated house.
Sheer coincidence. The house just happened to be in the way.
Well, you could be right. But there's enough doubt in my mind to make me want to see the place for myself.
What happened to the pilot?
There was just enough evidence left to establish that he was an alien.
And the UFO is completely destroyed?
The largest piece measured 6 inches. We found it embedded in Foster's mobile.
Well, what's the news on his condition?
It's too early to say. He's lost a lot of blood. At least he was luckier than the co-driver.
What about the woman?
She couldn't have known anything about it. It must have been instantaneous.
What do we know about her?
Ordinary woman, married, no children.
Nothing to connect her with UFOs?
Nothing that we know of. That's her husband out there now.
Suppose I better talk to him, Alec.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
You killed her. An experimental aircraft crashed into my house.
How did you know that?
I was at the checkpoint when word came through.
I'm afraid there's not much more I can tell you.
I know. The details are classified.
If there's anything...
Don't you think you've done enough? My wife is dead.
Look, you've had a pretty bad shock. Have you?
No. They were all Stella's relatives. They don't mean so much to me now.
How's he taking it?
Hard to tell. He seemed to know exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. I guess it's pretty difficult to find a new way of telling a guy you're sorry.
Let's get out of here, Alec. Oh, hi, Alec. Is that the time?
Yeah, it's time you went home. You've been here a full 18 hours.
Well, I have to go through these reports. Not that they tell us a great deal.
We combed the ruin and everything for a mile around. We lifted security yesterday.
Yes, I understand Croxley was having psychiatric treatment.
He also left his job. It's hardly surprising after what he's been through. I think we can close the book on the incident.
Well, not quite, Alec. Paul Foster's still in the hospital.
Yes, I spoke to him yesterday. Doctors are very pleased with his progress.
The wonders of medical science.
He wants to speak to you.
Me?
He's worried about something.
What?
He wouldn't tell me.
And do you mean to say you called me all the way out here just to tell me that?
Well, I thought you ought to know about it. Surely it's a security matter.
What did he look like?
Well, it's difficult to say. It's just an impression.
Oh, come on now, Paul. Next you'll be telling me you hear strange noises at night.
Now, look, every time I look up, he's there looking at me. Then there's this sort of nausea feeling that comes over me.
I'll get you out of here. You're okay to be moved to our medical center. You'll be closer to home.
You don't believe me, do you?
I'll tell you what I think, Paul. I think you've been lying in that bed too long. I also think if you're well enough to worry, you're well enough to go back to work. I'll arrange for your discharge. Good morning, Miss Elin.
Good morning, sir.
Well, somebody wanted to make sure that got here.
It's been in the material analyzer. Just paper.
Well, with that number of stamps, I would have expected a small atom bomb, at least.
It's probably a film script. It's addressed to you personally. Do you want to read it?
Well, I suppose ingenuity should not go unrewarded. Whoever sent it certainly knows how to draw attention to their work. Maybe they can write, too. I'll pass it along to the script department.
Fine.
Oh, by the way, have our medics cleared Foster yet?
Yes, sir. He's waiting. With Freeman.
How long's it been as quiet as this?
Since you went into hospital.
Well, that was a month ago. You mean there've been no sightings since then?
Well, just two. The interceptors took care of them. We managed to scratch along without you, Paul.
Hello, Paul. Feeling better?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. In my office? You too, Alec. Well, are you fit for duty, Paul?
Yes, sir. Schroeder checked me out an hour ago.
Good, good. No more little men watching you?
Well, in the medical center, security's tighter than a drum anyway.
Oh, I see. And your little friend, he couldn't get in, eh? Now, don't worry about it, Paul. You go home, get a good rest. Report for moon base briefing first thing in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Alec. I want you to go over to the Zeta tracker station. The lieutenant in command there has come up with a new grid link-up. Might be something in it. There's no panic.
I can get over there right away.
Fine.
Right. See you later. By the way, what's that?
Oh, I assume this is a film script.
Well, why don't you open it and find out?
Get on to the Zeta tracking station. The commander over there, Lieutenant Grant. Tell him to expect Colonel Freeman later on today.
Is there anything else, sir?
No, no calls.
I'll be out for the rest of the day, Miss Eland.
Yes, sir.
I'll keep Channel 4 open.
Right, sir.
Miss Eland, has Alec Freeman left the building?
No, sir, he's with me now.
Well, have him come back down here immediately.
Yes, sir.
I'm on my way. Something wrong?
I'll say there is. Just about as wrong as you can get.
What is it?
Read it, Alec. Just read it. The Shadow Organization. Colonel Alec Freeman, moon base, skydiver, everything. It's all there, Alec. Every last detail.
That's impossible. How could anybody...
How should I know? Security leak, coincidence, lucky guess. What does it matter? That document is a complete dossier on Shadow. Its operatives, installations, equipment.
I don't get it. Who wrote it?
The name's on the front. John Croxley.
The man whose house was hit by a UFO?
Yes. Now you tell me, Alec. How did he get that information?
The whole thing's ridiculous. We checked him out and his wife. Mr. and Mrs. Average.
Yeah. When I told him about his wife, it was something about him. He was different. Hey, wait a minute. Foster's little man in the hospital. That could be Croxley, too.
We'd better pick him up.
No, not yet, Alec. If it was him, I want to know more about him.
Well, he was visiting a psychiatrist. Maybe he knows something.
Right. We'll start there. And you say Croxley stopped coming to see you, Doctor?
Yes, quite certainly. Just before his wife was killed. The same day, in fact.
What was his problem?
Now, you realize, I hope, that I do not normally divulge such details about my patients, but with your authorization, it was a somewhat unusual condition. ESP.
Extrasensory perception.
It's a subject about which we still know very little, but most of us have experienced it at some time or another. You yourself have probably been in the situation of sensing what is going to happen.
Yes, and it usually means trouble.
Well, it affects different people in different ways. Some adjust quickly and make good use of their powers. I believe there have been quite a number of successful theatrical acts based on the condition.
And Croxley?
He is not one of the lucky ones. It is driving him to mental illness. His powers of perception are so pronounced he can hold a complete conversation with someone without that person uttering a single word.
A mind reader?
Not quite. Telepathy, perhaps. He can anticipate. He can, how shall I say, feel the future.
And it bothers him.
To the point of mental breakdown when simple, everyday phrases take on a new and terrible meaning.
Yes, well, most of it is clear now, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Croxley phoned here for you earlier today.
And?
For some unexplained reason, he wants you and Mr. Freeman to meet him at the ruin of his house at 10 tonight.
And how did he know we'd be here?
ESP?
We're early. It's only 9:30.
Yes, I always like to look over a convention hall before a conference.
Or a battleground before a battle. You know it's madness, don't you, coming here without security?
We have no choice. Listen, Alec, we have to assume that Croxley can anticipate our moves. Film script. He wrote it by reading Paul Foster's thought patterns.
Or someone told him.
No. Listen, I believe that doctor is right. Croxley has a super-sensory power. And if we try to go against his wishes or try to trap him, he'll know about it.
I hope you're wrong about this.
So do I.
Look, I know it's late, but this is not easy to live with.
Listen, Paul, you went through a pretty rough experience. It takes time.
But that was physical.
Paul, you nearly lost your life in that house. Your mind is simply trying to adjust to the recent shock it received when you were injured there.
Well, maybe you're right.
I'm sure of it. Look, if it bothers you that much, there's only one answer. Go back to the house. Overcome your anxiety. Face the problem.
Okay, Doc. I'll go home and get some rest.
Good night, Paul. See you at final medical checks tomorrow.
Croxley? Where are you?
You know, Ed?
Huh?
I think I'm developing ESP. I've got a feeling Croxley's here already.
You're right, Colonel.
Croxley.
The answer to your question is no. Why should I give you my gun? You would both be dead before your hands were on the butts. You see, I do know what you're thinking. You use a shoulder holster, Commander. Please. The lamp. You prefer the right hip, I believe, Colonel. Slowly. You have a more devious thought pattern. I want to see you clearly before I kill you. It's fitting that you should die here, Straker.
We made it easy for you.
Yes. I must say, you have particularly logical mental processes.
How long have you had this ESP, Croxley?
All my life. Oh, it got stronger about a year ago. But I remember I used to play tricks at school, predicting the future.
And UFOs? What do you know about them?
Shut up. You did it, Straker. You've been messing with things you don't understand, and you caused my wife's death.
No, Croxley. Don't you see? Use your power. Use your ESP. A UFO destroyed your house, not me. It was part of a carefully laid plan. The aliens, Croxley. They've taken over your mind. They killed your wife. They're using you. Can't you see why? They're using you to kill us.
Stella.
Croxley, for God's sake.
Mother? You're thinking about your mother.
Stop it. Stop it. It's 4 minutes to 12. You die at midnight.
Croxley.
Leaving. Going home. I must see the doctor. The doctor must help me. Help me, doctor. Come through that door and I'll blow your head off.
Croxley, listen. You say you want someone to help you.
Our planet is dying. Our national resources are exhausted. We must come to Earth. We must come to Earth to survive. Mother? Stella. What are you doing? Don't try anything. Over there.
2 minutes. Hello, Billy. Well, we'll be late for school. I know what you've got for lunch. Cheese and pickle sandwiches. No one told me. No, no one told me. No, don't hit me. No.
Give me the gun.
You fool. Do you think I'm going to let you get away with it?
We mean no harm to peoples of Earth. Why do you attack us? We're fighting for existence. You must understand.
No. There's no need for words. It is time.
He knew. Oh, what did you think, Alec, when you saw Foster appear behind Croxley?
Well, shoot, for God's sake, before he... He could read our thoughts.
Yes. I'll always believe that in the last few seconds, Croxley regained control of his own mind. Here's to fate and fear.
Strange toast.
Not really. What brought Paul Foster to that house?
And Croxley. Fate had him marked from the moment he was born.
How much of his power that he gained from the aliens?
You mean his ESP?
We can only guess, Alec.
And how many other Croxleys are there in the world? Your toast was fate and fear.
Yes. It's fear of the unknown which helps us to keep alert, Alec. When and if the answers do come, it will be fear that helps us recognize them.